Hello everyone, Nikki Batgirl D'Angelo here for Star Citizen Addicts Anonymous, and today we have Bensday. Later on in this episode, Ben and I announce a contest where we'll be giving, or I'll be giving away an endeavor. I haven't decided on how that contest is going to go as of right now. I've been really busy. I will do so on Thursday in my next episode of State of the Game. So please make sure to listen to this week's State of the Game. And with that said, let's go on to Bensday with Batgirl and Ben. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Bensday with Batgirl and Ben. It's been quite a while since we were able to do these. Ben moved to a new office. Ben, you look good there.
Thank you.
I like the brick wall behind you better, though. You know, and all the images of all the Star Citizen ships. We got to get those back soon.
Yeah, we're working on it. It's a work in progress.
And of course, me working in retail, my life is now owned by the company I work for until January 1st. And put on top of that, I have midterms and now studying for finals. So this is all fun times for me. But let's get down and dirty and talk about what we're here for. Ben, so a few months ago or a month ago, whatever it was right around CitizenCon. So we're talking about October, so it was a month ago. You guys hit a million backers. I guess you could call them backers. What would you say they are? Are they people that sign up for the website?
I think it's a combination of backers and people who've done the fly free. Okay. That when you sign up for a fly free account during one of those, it adds to that number.
Okay. That's wonderful. And now you're about ready to break through another milestone, which is $100 million in crowdfunding. Which one of those do you put more weight in?
The citizen number, for sure. I mean, they're both incredible numbers, but I don't like even thinking about the money personally.
Okay. Yeah, I know. The money means, I guess the money is what people have been focusing on recently.
I would have taken down the counter a long time ago if I could.
Yeah, I know. That should have been down in the early. You don't see EA putting up a counter on how they're putting money towards the next battlefield. So I know. But I look at another number that's growing pretty rapidly over the last week, and that's the number of ships in the game. Ships that have been purchased by, the fleet number. That seems to be growing steadily. Would you say that this last week was a successful sale?
Oh, for sure. I mean, we did, again, I don't like to think about the money, but we made a lot more money than I expected.
Okay.
Everything really came together in terms of the sale. But I think in a good way. I mean, people got the ships they wanted all this time. They got to stay off the gray market. We got a lot of great funding. It was good all around, I think.
I think so too. I know a lot of it centers around how much money you're making, but it's really about the game. And recently, you went from 1,000 to 5,000 people that are testing the baby PU.
That's a much more important number.
Yeah, and that's an exciting time too.
We're up to 50,000 now. Another important number is 5, which is the number of patches we've had in the last week, with number 5 about to happen.
I think it would be number 6 because we're already on E.
You're right. We're on E, so we're about to do F. F will be 6.
Yeah, 6. And each one's getting better. I've been in the PU since the day that you guys released it, and I can say it's all cool watching it on stage. And although there are bugs, and that's why you guys have separated the PTU, people that get to do the PTU, from the people that get to fly in the alpha version, which I like. I like that. But what I can say is stepping into it yourself is far more impressive than actually watching it now. When you walk out onto that flight deck, or whatever you want to call it, the landing pads for the first time, just look around. The artists and the developers that have worked on this game have nailed it. It is just amazing, gorgeous. So, you're reading something?
No, just my email is flopping by.
Okay. I always do not disturb. It's easy on the Mac, So we have 2 weeks of questions to go through here. I'm just going to pick the highlighted ones, okay? So we don't sit here for hours and hours. And I'm going to go to Xenomancer, and he's got a question about a couple of things. So let's just go into this one. My understanding from many tens for the chairman, etc., is that having a docking collar can serve as a poor man's refuel and resupply for long hauls with a non-carrier escorts. Is this true? To put it another way, if I take my Carrack into into the deep dark, with say an Aurora LN and a 325A, will I be able to divert some of my fuel from my Carrack to these ships?
No, that's not what a docking collar is. A docking collar is for boarding a ship.
Okay. But that would be different, per se, if I dragged a Starfarer that had the whole refinery module and stuff in there, right?
Yeah.
Does it have to have the refinery module to refuel, or just fueling pods?
Well, just fueling pods, I think.
Okay.
You'll eventually run out of fuel, but...
Okay. So the question to, the answer to Xenomancer would be, bring a Starfarer instead of your Carrack.
Well, what we'd want, I think ideally, what he would be looking for is some sort of tractor beam that would, and we're working on that tech right now, where you would drag a ship with you, but it would not be the docking collar.
All right, they're looking for a way to refuel other ships from your own ship, and there's no way to transfer fuel from ship A to ship B. It would have to be a specific refueler.
Yeah, at the moment it would have to be a ship designed for refueling, and we'll think about doing, refueler modules, drop tanks that you can attach to another ship, but it's further in the future.
Okay. Now this is an opportunity for you to give off, put out some of the things that a lot of the people that are new don't know about. Are any planned in-game entertainment pieces in development for the game? I guess what they're looking for is radio stations, TV stations, stuff like that. That would be in-game based?
Yes, so you do it. In fact, that's part of what our streaming variant of the Rewind is going to be doing, generating in-world content that players can share.
Okay.
The problem with those radio stations and TV stations in games is you either have to have an insane amount of money, like Grand Theft Auto, or you wind up with like 6 public domain songs over and over again, like Fallout. So our feeling is those are areas where players should take the lead. We'll do in-world version of ATV, the new we'll do important content, but hopefully we'll have it up to the players to actually build out space radio and space TV and such.
Just a question, and you don't have to get deep into it, but have you seen the way that Richard Garriott is doing it in his game?
Yes.
It's all player run? Is that something that will be available in our game, all player run type stations and stuff?
Definitely what we're leaning towards.
Okay, that's what I was hoping you were going to say, because that's what you said in the beginning, that players would be able to have their own stations in game at some point. And there will be pieces to lock into, like an API or something for that to happen?
I think you can see with 2.0, kind of one of the central philosophies of Star Citizen is we spend a whole lot of time setting up the rules so they work. And it's true of our flight model, it's true of all of our interaction, and then we want emergent gameplay to come from that. And the same will be true of that too. We want to set up a system where players can do cool, amazing things and let them do it.
Okay. Awesome. This is probably far, far off in the future, so this would be a question about what you see for the future of Star Citizen after it actually gets out and gets moving. Any chance we will see jump points that lead to non-star locations? For example, rogue planets.
Well, my understanding of the science of jump points, the made-up science of jump points, is that a planet would be, rogue planet out there is not... I had this explained to me in Wing Commander terms way back. You take a flat sheet and you put, say a bowling ball in it, and that's a star. Another bowling ball over here, it's another star. And it's dragging them down, and it's the crease between them is the jump point. But a planet is something, it's a marble or it's a pin or something compared to a star, so it doesn't generate a jump point out to it in the same way.
It's funny, when I think of that, I remember the way that they talked about black holes and Homer Simpson walking around on that flat plane as the black hole would really sink deep into it and he'd become a spaghetti noodle. That was pretty funny.
I would say, look for gravity-related objects, so something like a quasar or a pulsar, big stuff would generate jump points.
Okay. JMac wants to know, when will the community be able to provide HOTUS feedback? What will the process look like?
I actually have a survey from SciTech right now that we are getting ready to send out to folks. So that'll be self-explanatory when it gets to your mailbox.
Okay, so it is something that's happening soon. Okay.
It is almost very, very soon.
Okay. And Paul Klimkos, oh God, I'm making, it's almost like Eric Peterson is back. Hello, I am curious. I was anxiously awaiting the release of the Crucible as described in stretch goal 59 million. What happened to the small plastic bubble ship that you could carry several of in the full-size ship to allow for repairs in the field? In other words, it was described that you would have an array that would pop out with these different drones. Are the drones are they still planned?
Yeah, drones are still coming. We have not finished our GDD for drones, so they were not advertised in the sale. I think I mentioned a couple places, I think, but the drones are still coming.
Okay, so they'll still be, and will drones still be a very important, integral part of the repair process? I think you see that in the repair
yeah, you can see it right now already.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Okay. When you get into the PU, hopefully you're already there, you'll see the drones come out, they fix you, they refuel you, and they're pretty cool, efficient, quick. They don't take any money yet, but I'm sure they will later, right?
Yeah, well, actually, I mean, the hope is that's actually kind of the stopgap quick solution for doing repair fast. It will get harder.
It will get harder.
You will want to pay someone to do it for you.
Okay, that makes sense. Also, that makes the people that own the Crucibles viable. I mean, that makes them important.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Oh, you and me?
Sorry, I'm on a podcast.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
It's all right. It's tough for people to see now that you're in your own office, you know?
Well, I'm just here. Let me spin my camera around. My office is actually...
He's in a fishbowl now.
Aquarium. So anybody who walks by now sees me.
That's cool. So you're on a corner, it seems like. That's good.
Yes.
And is Sandy in the general vicinity of you two?
Sandy's office is over here.
And Toast?
Across that wall. Toast is 2 offices down.
Oh, good. So not in her office anymore. So when I talk to her, he won't be making a lot of noise.
Yes.
Oh, God, I got to love that. Love it. The Crucible, this is from Gerald Evans. The Crucible stretch goal, which has since been rewritten, describes it as a small ship that would work on external repairs and would lock into place with others to form the Miller external repair scaffold. Will we still see something like this?
2 different things. There is a construction aspect to the Crucible that we have not released yet, which is the whole Miller ERS scaffold thing. It's the same base ship, but for the construction version, it would basically drag these big pylons and space pods and so on. But we didn't want to go ahead and sell that because we weren't sure when it would be going into the game.
So Crucible has variants.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So right now we know of the base variant of the Crucible. There will be others out there.
It's not even traditional variants. It's more modules because
Okay.
the Scarab thing pops right off, and you can put large tractor beam or
Okay.
construction equipment or anything else there.
So more like the last ship that was the big one. What was the big ship before this? God, I'm getting old.
Retaliator had ones like that kind of.
Yeah. Oh, the Endeavor that has all the modules that you can buy for it. Okay, that's good. I like that. I love the way that you're doing it. And something I just want to mention while we're going is when you're looking at ships like the Vanguard and the Avenger, and this is for you people out there, you only have to buy one of them.
Yes.
You don't have to buy all the variants like we were doing in the past. Buy one and you buy the battlefield upgrades. And Ben has already told us in past Bensdays that they will have the exact same specs as the one that you would purchase with those modules if you were to change them out for the battlefield upgrades. So just know that that is the truth. Andrew Jennings, during the Squadron 42 campaign, so Ben, people keep wanting to know, can we have romances with other characters? Now Fallout 4 is out, so this is going to reinvigorate that, okay? So, will there be romances in Squadron 42?
I don't believe there's a romance in this.
Okay. But that doesn't mean there won't be in the next episode of...
Someday, yes.
Yeah.
You know.
Because obviously you guys are not planning a one-for, you're planning on multiples, because that's what you've said before.
No, we plotted out a whole trilogy of
All right.
story.
All right, and Hairstein, as one of the many Carrick fans and owners, I would like to know if there are some ideas for what we may find in modules for the Carrick. I know that that's a ways off, Ben, but you've got some of this in your head since you're in charge of all ship design. And I know that you want to hold some things for surprise, but can you give us any kind of base ideas what the modules might sound like?
I can't. We really don't have a solid plan for Carrick variants right now. It's something I would share with you if I thought we were on a good path right now. But no, I will say that Cormac his current assignment is working on the interior of the standard Carrick. So probably after that we'll sit down and say what else are we thinking.
Wow.
Although it may end up being a one and done ship. It does one job very, very well.
Okay, so since it's a deep space explorer, kind of like Voyager, will we be able to have one of those holographic doctors on our exploration vessel?
Does anybody really watch Voyager and then come away saying, "Man, I wish I had one of that guy"?
I don't think anybody would.
No holographic doctor, but every one will ship with a Neelix.
But I remember them saying that. I remember there being some kind of statement about there being an extended med bay because you would be going far away from home.
Yes, that's what we call an auto dock.
Okay.
We stole that from Larry Niven, who came up with the concept in his known space books, which also featured the predecessors of the Kilrathi. So similar to the automated bed thing in what is that movie that was terrible called?
Oh wait, what was that movie? What?
It's a terrible movie, alien prequel, Prometheus.
Prometheus. Oh yeah, there's the one I didn't see. It's on my iTunes, and I just have never watched it because after I bought it, thinking it was going to be great, everybody told me how bad it was, so I just keep on forgetting to watch it. I don't know how to ask this question because the person is writing from a different language, so I'm going to skip over the last couple of questions and just ask a couple of questions about the sale. The sale's still going on for the next few days, right? Or is it over tonight?
We've got another 12 hours or so.
12 hours.
But less.
All right. And are you thinking of doing anything special for Christmas, sale-wise?
Yeah, well, we'll have a little sale for Christmas, probably oriented more towards new folks, people who want last-minute Christmas presents, introduce them to Star Citizen. But we're going to do another 3-hour live stream December 16th, I believe, and we'll show what we've been working on. Okay.
And you and I discussed giving away a ship on the last episode, and it seems like most people were saying that they wanted to see an Endeavor. That was like almost 60% of it, and almost everybody else were talking about different variants of different ships. It was like split between Retaliator and Freelancer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you if an Endeavor is okay.
An Endeavor is just fine.
All right, and we'll give away an Endeavor on the show probably the last episode of the year, which will be just before Christmas week. Is that okay?
Totally cool.
Because you will not be working on Christmas week, right?
Let me see what my schedule looks like.
I figure that's a good time. That gives people about a month to do it, and I will put up in next week's episode a little list of what you need to do. But essentially, all I'm going to ask you for is just to go to our website over at Star Citizen AA and sign up on the forums out there, and we'll have a thread for that. I think that will be the best way to do it. That way I could throw Eris into the fire and having to collect that information. All right, Ben.
In answer to scheduling, we're going to be working all the way up through the 23rd, and then we've got the week after off.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You would be off. I work all the way up until the 31st, and I get 3 days off, and then I'm back to work. So there is. Hey, I chose retail for a life. That's why I'm going back to school full time, so I can get out of that. So I am doing well. And for those of you that asked, straight A's going into finals. going into finals. So we'll see how that goes. And that's with a 50-hour-a-week job, doing this sporadically, the love I have for Star Citizen and school. Ben, thank you so much. I don't want to keep you because I'm sure people are going to have a lot more questions. I'll be getting questions later today that we'll ask next week, okay?
All right.
All right. Thanks, Ben. You have a wonderful day. And for the rest of you, you all be safe out there, and I'll talk to you soon.